Anybody else is not interested? Can get that.
Is your phone, is it charging?
I wish we had
check my computer
another one
charging.
of the handhelds.
No, it's not charging.
Get probably pizza or Indian food. What about you? The three pizza.
Pizza's
Indian
fine.
food?
Whatever's easier. Whatever's
Just
easier.
get some probably speak that some other kids how they have eaten 3 4. Thank you, sir.
It's not connecting for some reason.
So, anybody has a flat tire?
He's going to the.
Is your charger?
Yeah, now it just turned off. Now the extension. He's going to the.
Do you do something? Because this was working. It was charging. Now it's not.
He's going to the main building.
Okay.
I'll call him and tell him. It's charging.
Okay.
Yeah. It just got switched off.
Oh, okay.
It's just.
This?
We'll just make sure
Yeah.
that it's on. Okay. Thank you.
Make sure all the things are away from the feet.
Do you
because when
mind
we are
if
moving
I
the feet.
get in here?
Please. Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, this thing is not connecting to the internet for some reason. I can try on your computer if you want.
Dad, it's not connecting. Yeah.
This has worked on literally every other computer. So.
I'll tell you why.
Oh, okay. If you can connect to the network, you
Stay there, stay there.
Okay. The cable kept shutting it off.
Go back. And then click
Yeah,
on
now
this
it's not
thing.
working.
Click on this. Yeah. Yeah. Find the internet now.
Okay,
Yeah,
connect.
now it's going to say. And then, is that a username and password that you need to enter?
Yeah. Okay. Normally it just pops up if I open a browser.
Give it a minute. Give it a
Yeah.
minute. It's stinking.
Your computer's charging, Curtis?
Yeah, it's charging.
This is charging as well.
It takes some time, sweetie.
It says connected.
Okay.
Or that power, you change it to different outlet there. Maybe that particular one isn't working.
Is there anything specific? Do you why?
It was, yeah,
No,
I
it
saw
says
it working.
connect. No. Okay.
It's not bringing up the login for some reason.
Anything on it? 'Cause
Go
I
back
have
and
a
click there again one more time for me.
Yeah,
This one or
Go faster. Go to the wireless. Which one are we connecting? This one,
UMD.
UMD? Yeah, just click on it.
map. Okay.
Say connect.
Yeah.
But thank you.
This is so strange.
Which one is yours?
You'll not follow the wire.
Okay, normally it would give me a pop-up
Actually, it was
with which I would be able to log in.
The last one.
Where's Kavi?
Troubleshoot.
The last. Yeah, last.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Can you turn it on?
Or move it to third one. Yeah. I'm just trying.
And this is still charging.
Yes.
So at least connectivity is good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Only this.
Can you think of any reason why
Doesn't
this,
come on, I'm not
why UMD, like the login for the UMD internet isn't popping
Yeah.
up?
Because
Yeah.
It's probably dead.
No, it was working few minutes back.
Yeah, because she said my laptop wasn't gonna work. It's there if you need to.
I turned it on and it was turning on. For some reason,
Does anybody have a flash
I have
drive?
a login.
They're going to go grab one from the main office.
Okay, did you ping?
I've never been so sweaty in my entire
Yeah,
life. I'm
can
so
you-
sorry.
Yeah, at least ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ try ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ತರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. Right?
Because I mean, if it's just looking, you can use mine as long as.
What were you going to use that for the timer? You didn't know what you were going to do.
I haven't been timing, so I
Yeah.
could, I mean, the plan, no, somebody told me that somebody was going to tell me what to download while we were in
Okay, that was
control
me.
room.
That was me.
Okay. If you want me to just search it up on the internet, I could look for it.
Yeah,
Why
I
don't
guess.
you just find an online time?
Yeah, find an online one, see if you can find it.
I think that'll be easier. And
Yeah.
if your connectivity is working, is your computer connected?
My computer is connected. This
Yeah.
is a UMD computer. So
Yeah, so just like find like an online timer. I think that makes it easiest, and then we'll protect your.
I'll try in the other phone.
want it? No, do countdown timer like an actual application. Something like that. Because we want it to be 90 seconds, 100 seconds each. Yes.
You're very good at math.
Stop.
Just stop it.
So you can just restart it every time. Okay. This should work. And then we'll display yours. Got it. Sounds good. Thank you.
So am I not doing like the laptop touch thing?
I'm not sure.
Can I have your login, please? Sure. It's here. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, we got an online one. So
That one's an online test.
1 minute 40 seconds. Well, you should do start.
Yep, that's the one I have. That's the one I have.
Pause and then clear. Start.
No, no, we need the.
Wait, can somebody give me my phone, please? Varsha.
Yeah.
Is the computer?
Atrás
That's logged in.
Logged in?
now.
So,
Thank you so much.
yeah, that's the thing. Can we push it in as much as possible if you don't mind? Yeah, I'm the guy who never sits quiet. I mean, we should, like that. So, that way, you're in control of that and that, right? So we're going to give you the time. We got it connected, Vanya. We're going to send it to you.
I don't think so. Not
Got it.
She got it.
Right.
We'll probably end up almost canceling each other.
We get 100. And now we need to connect this one over there.
That is PowerPoint.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
Oh, hold on. Before I
And it's full screen already.
correction.
Here's the other microphone.
Okay. All right. I think you can connect now.
Where do I go after you sit down?
After you sit down.
After you sit down.
So, do you have the laptop?
I have
So what have they told you? What's your name?
Varsha.
What did they tell you?
We've been using the desktop so far.
No,
'cause
no.
I have a
What is your role today?
laptop judge, but
Laptop
MacBook
judge,
doesn't
okay.
work. Stuff.
That's a problem, right? Because I need somebody to sit down on the laptop and be able to record 1, 2, 3. The worst case scenario, when they bring me the papers, you have to do it again. But you can do it.
Yeah, we can do it on
I've been
hers.
using my laptop for laptop judging.
We can write it and then use hers to
Users
type it
to
up
load
later.
it at the end, then spend 10 minutes at the end and load it. But I want you to record it very clearly,
Of course.
right? You can probably sit, I need to get Anamika on here.
Do you want me to do that as well, or am I just on timer duty?
Your completely timer is very important.
Yes.
Make sure that as soon as the word is pronounced.
Oh yeah, there you go. I just wanted to know. Are you gonna be here?
I can do the right.
She will be for the PowerPoint. She's gonna click through the slides.
Okay. I just wanted to explain how to switch from this to the.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna do my
Okay, so it's my question is, do you want to say it like start to so this is like 10.
It's extended. Okay, that's good actually. We want it extended.
Yeah, so whatever you want, if when she's finished, you want the image to duplicate or save to your page.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
And then projector on. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's 1 minute.
got it. Thank you so much. I'm gonna put this on there.
My HDMI is plugged in, but it's not displaying.
His PowerPoint is displayed.
Can I display the PowerPoint? Yeah.
Okay, so I need to figure out a place to sit and I need a paper.
I don't have any paper.
Okay.
They have- No. We will get the
Official
real
paper.
for official paper.
And I need to figure out a place to sit. Other than that, we're good.
Yeah, it's like right here. Yeah.
All right, I still don't have communication from the control room. As soon as I get the communication about the number of spellers qualifying and all of the rest of the materials, we're going to go ahead and get started here.
Barbara's gonna sit here. So while Dash will have a motion, she's gonna.
You're the dad, you,
Yeah, thank you.
pizza.
Me, Dad, you.
That's all.
I'm here. I'm not texting your mom. Ew, what is Looks weird. Yeah, I know. Like, sorry. Okay, can you? No, I don't need you.
Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll work around it. All I need is access to Miriam if they ask for permission. That's fine.
Are connected. With the remote.
Yeah, it's charging.
Dad, Dad. You good?
Yes.
I'm using the wrong. Yeah, I'll use that because I was supposed to use wrong.
Yeah.
You may have to pull it. Yeah, so you can pull it closer. Yeah.
Anamika.
She's gonna come. No, I need to.
You're not gonna, after this, I'm gonna disconnect the HDMI from your computer. Oh, Papa.
Yeah, we're not going to show the word.
Hey, do you guys want the once you're done? Yeah, once you're done,
Oh, thank you so much for giving me. Girls, the pizza is there. Go and eat. Fine, cheese, please, everything. Yes.
Yeah, it's awake.
Oh my gosh, no joke on the music. Pinky, we are seeing you all on live.
Yeah.
I think
We don't need a phone.
We got it. Thank you so much.
Pinky, we are seeing you all on the live.
Sure. Okay, Mom, you're actually gonna need time, right? So you can write down the
Yeah, they need you with your.
to write down special things. So she'll
One year, ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ, when you start the word, I restart. That's all, right?
No, it's when you finish the first pronunciation.
Right, right. Once you finish, once you say example apple, then I will say start. That's all my job. Yeah.
No,
Everything good?
I was just taking a vacation with my semester.
Yeah. It's fun to say.
Your seat is next to Kavia's.
do you want to keep the remote? It's on the right channel.
So, I mean, I should be very able to see, right?
No, I fixed it all.
And you are buying me in case I need help. Sure. Only reason is
Yeah, we can't have that happen.
you do all this thing we can. Is it? Yes. And we see. Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh, 32%. As long as it is, if it's started.
Or no, I can just do.
Starting here. We can do some samples.
And
I don't
Dad,
need it done right. Can you check it? My dad has that.
I can't see. I'm not sure. Hollywood is so.
Priya and Dad are done, and the one fix a commission, you will not have
Well, yeah, it's about,
Whatever you need, just instruct us.
So,
So you want to call your first year?
yeah, I still don't have any information from the control room. Appreciate your patience here. But where are the Yup TV folks? Yup TV folks? Are you here? Yeah, can you come and maybe move one of the cameras? And not have it behind us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Kavya, you're going to tell the Yup TV person. I'm going to announce the list. I have it on my phone. Unfortunately, I can't display it, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I don't know how many people. Let me make sure. I'm going to go through the names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 16 finalists. We have 16 finalists. I'm going to go in the numerical order. I'm sure you guys have the scores already, or I don't know when they're going to upload the scores. But I hope everybody's here. If I call out your name, please come on stage, the spellers, if you're here. But otherwise, we'll have to wait for others to join as well. So first one is badge number 2, Maya Jadhav. Are you here?
Since I'm gonna use this computer, I can just go
All right.
and
So if you can take a seat.
for you. I think you might have to write down the words. You might have to. The ones
Can you make it 4, 4, 4, 4? So we'll start seating them.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So please sit there, the first one. The second person is SSB 3, Nidhi Achanta. Are you here? Okay, we'll see when it comes. SSB 16, Pranav. No? All right. SSB 18, Snehal.
Sit up.
last name.
20, Abhijay. Is that Nidhi? Yeah. So that's your 4 and
Yeah.
Nidhi, Abhijay. You're here. The second one, number 3. I think who's Snehal? Right? Yeah. All right. Abhijay, Harini Logan. That's next. Where's Harini? No? All right. So 32, Sri Varun. No? Don't have it? So 34, Navneet. Nope. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know where these kids are. Hopefully they'll join us soon. 35, Pranati. I think I've lost the order. Go ahead and sit down and we'll get the order later on. 36, Vayun. 61, Atman. 70, Saharsh. 82, Maitri Koburu. 85, Dhyana. 123, Nesa. And the last one is 128, Saharsh Uppal. Congratulations, all of you. We'll wait for the others to join. I don't know where they are. We have 16 seats. All right. We'll see how many are missing here. Yeah, just sit down. We'll see. We'll figure it out when they come, when everybody comes. But if you can find out. All right. Well, how many are we missing? 5 kids. Okay. 5, 6 kids are missing. Oh, 5. Yeah, just sit down. Just sit down wherever you can. We'll figure it out later.
So what happens is they said, okay,
Priya here?
Where are the words? Where's the words?
So end of their when he finishes, I should say pause.
yeah.
Thank you.
Excel, right? Our list. You did that last night.
All these things, they can make sure.
First state, for sure. Better to make it and rehearse it.
Where else it says our copy?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Do you want to like sit there?
So, volunteers, I need some help. I don't know where Priya is, or so I was looking for you. So I'm not getting any communication from there. I don't know how to communicate with them. Is there any way that we can call them? We need all the papers, and we need. I don't know if the announcement is made everywhere else. We need the kids, the finalists.
I can do that one because
Do you remember what the name of the list is?
Great. Yeah, yeah.
Can you relax? This has like 10 other things to do. Isn't it additional work? That's not. I don't know. That's up to you.
Hello?
I don't want to be.
The numbers are.
Yeah.
There's no internet.
So that you guys,
Can you talk normal?
yeah, okay, I'll do timer.
It's not gonna.
how to do paper. I know if she has enough time.
Here, can you move for a second, please? He has it if he's.
Anya, you have water and stuff?
There is a girl sitting, see the one.
Okay. No, it's been on.
No, we don't know what else to want.
Because it was on when he came.
Okay, well, we have ABC, so if we're doing that. Yeah.
It's in a different box, I have. My bag should be here. That's
ಹೀಗೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
I'm doing timer, she's doing judging, Yami's doing laptop judging.
Thank you, though.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we have all the spellers, so let's see if we can get them seated in order, right? So I'm going to go in order so you guys can kind of shuffle, right? So this goes this way, and the lower number on this side, higher number on that side, right? So let's see. Number 2, Maya. Number 3, Nidhi. Number 16, Pranav, right? 18, Snehal. 20, Abhijay. 21, you're not Harini. Okay, Harini is missing. Okay. 32, Shri Varun. That's you. No. Leave the black space. Right? Navneet, good. And then Pranati, you go there. And Vayun, Krishna, okay. And then Atman, good. And Saharsh, all right, good. You guys are good. Maitri, you're not Maitri. You don't look like Maitri.
The material is on the way.
You don't look like Maitri. Maitri, Dhyana, all right, Nesa, and Saharsh. All right. Good luck, all of you guys. Let's wait for Harini. I don't know where Harini is.
Material is 5 minutes away, and he has one more question for you.
Yeah, I'm going to call.
Do you know how to use this?
That's just for the TV. Don't put it over there. We already set the channel. We already have it on. Don't touch it. I have no idea. I have one. Do you have a charger? Because there's an power cord there. It might be on there. Where should Yamini sit? She's also a laptop judge.
That's why she'll sit. No. She need sit ಇಲ್ಲಿ, so then we may have to pull one more. Sorry.
Okay, there should be.
Yes, that's all. Fine. You guys are comfortable now?
Yeah.
We need to make an announcement.
It's okay. Do we have the papers for us to write on? Oh.
Yeah, that's. Were you there? Were you there the first year? Didn't you like get her out and yell at them?
Yeah, because none of us got a chance to.
We were like, should we like put them
Do you mind scooting out just a little bit? Because I have
Now you guys can sit comfortably.
Thank you.
Because there's
You plugged in? Vanya. It's over there. It's near her legs.
I would like to start. Yeah, probably 5 minutes. If you want to make a call.
Can we?
Oh, please do eat. Oh, yeah, that's important. You should say that. Right? If you want to eat,
Can we plug Yami's computer in to the there?
Thank you. I didn't win. I didn't get a coffee.
No, it's coming. I know. my mind keeps going back to that same track.
This one's so much easier. It's like I don't have to stop when they're asking questions. I can just.
So, somebody's gonna forward the slides. So, let's look at all the roles now. So you got added to this table now. So who's doing what?
Laptop judge, writing judge, time.
And my wife's gonna sit in the back and just gonna help us.
Okay.
So I'm the only guy because you guys will spare me.
Do you still want me to like yell at everybody about the?
Yeah, when I'm done. Oh, you can go ahead and do it now.
I think let's wait until there are actually like people who are settled down. This is it. Okay. Hi everyone. Okay, just your attention for a couple seconds. Ground rules, we don't want anyone recording anything. No phones, tablets, computers, whatever you guys might be using to record, we don't want to see it. That needs to go away. It needs to be silent. This is no tolerance, guys. We really cannot have any recording devices going on at all. If we see anything that looks like it could be recording what's going on, we will ask you to leave. So let's not take it there at all. Let's just keep them away and off and keep our attention on the spellers. Thank you. If you want to watch it online, it's being streamed. But in that case, don't be in the auditorium.
We're just missing one speller. As soon as she gets here, we're going to get started. I think the lighting. Can we dim the lights for the? Can we dim the lights?
I got you. Yeah, I didn't mean like just. No. I'm gonna minimize these.
Okay.
You want me to put your PowerPoint? No, they are. Thank you.
Write down all the. I'm going to tell you guys. Write down the badge numbers.
Yeah, the
okay?
badge
And then
numbers
you
that
can-
they have had, or like 1 through 16? What they say. And are they announcing it each time they spell? Are they announcing their number each time they spell? Just the first round. Is this elimination round?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah, but not like last round. Yeah, I did.
It's okay, we can, I can, yeah, that's
Do you have one? Yes, no.
if you have
In case you want, you can share.
yeah. Wait, you're saying,
All right, she's here, guys. Everybody give her a big hand. All right. Okay. All right, now that she's here, let's go ahead and get started. Number one, introduction of the panel before we get into the rules. Okay? So to the left of me, the leftmost is Anamika Veeramani. Right? She's the 2010 Scripps National Spelling Bee champion. And I have Kavya Both Anamika and Kavya are associate judges. Kavya, who's the 2009 winner, right? And then I have Vanya, who's going to be pronouncing today for the Senior Spelling Bee 2015. And I have Yamini, one of the laptop judges, Datri, who's here to make sure that we're doing everything right, and also recording all the words. And Barsha here as well, helping with the timer. So I'll talk about the timer here in a minute, and we'll get there. But let's go through some of the rules. Make sure we have, can we dim the lights a little bit, if you don't mind? So we're going to go through some of the rules. So we all have responsibilities here, the judges, the pronouncer, the audience, the spellers, everybody has some responsibilities. Let's go through them first, and then we'll get to some of the rules. I don't think this set of students need any rules, but we'll go through some of them here. Okay, let's start. So the source, very important. The first and foremost, the very important one, I know some of you guys have been to Scripps. Scripps has a different source. We have a different source, right? And we've sent that email recently as well. So if you come back and tell me the source online, the word, there is a difference between online. Some words spell differently, and some words may have homonyms, variants on online, but not on the 2002 edition. So our source, I'm going to be very, I'm going to emphasize this, that the source is going to be the 2002 edition, also known as the MW3rd, right? So the spellers, unlike round 1, round 3, you get to ask questions, right? You get to ask the alternate pronunciation of the word, and then you get to ask the part of speech, and if you get to ask the etymology, you also get to ask the meaning and ask the word to be used in a sentence. Okay? All of these things you can ask, and you can also ask one more thing. Roots. We will try to give you the roots as it is listed in MW3rd. If you do ask for roots, we will provide that answer. Kavya is going to give you the root word answers. Okay? Right? Be careful when you ask for root words. You got to be very precise, just like at Scripps. The 3 things that you need to know is a good pronunciation, the language of origin, right, and a good meaning for that word. And if it's listed as such in Merriam-Webster, she's going to say yes. Otherwise, I leave her to tell you the answer. You got to decipher, digest the answer, and then use it in a way that is beneficial for you. Okay? So root words. Be careful when you guys ask that question and how you interpret it. All right. So as these are basic rules, interruption of your spelling, but you guys know the sequencing cannot change. That has to be the same. You can interrupt, come back, start over again, but it has to be once you've said in a certain sequence, the same sequence will be holding good, even if you change it second time. All right? So whatever you said the first time is what is going to hold good. So you guys know that rule very well. The next one is, this is the timer. As you can see, you got 100 seconds. We've moved the needle from 90 to 100. We used to be 90. Scripps gives you 120. So obviously, like we've always said, we want to train you guys to make sure that you guys are going to do well at Scripps. So I think 2 minutes is plenty of time. We've seen it, right? So we're going to cut it short to 100 seconds, right? Okay? So 1 minute and 40 seconds. So that's what your limit is. Make sure that you're watching that. That's plenty of time. Again, my warning to you is don't panic. Don't worry about it, but it'll be glaring at you still, but no pressure. All right? So make sure that you can ask all the questions you can in a very efficient, reasonable way. So get the answers, use the answers well, so you can spell better, right? Here we are, the judges here are here to help you, okay? So if the spelling is incorrect, we will ring the bell. All right? So we have a bell, we're going to ring the bell. Yeah, it was being secured. It's insured as well. So and then Vanya is going to provide the correct spelling, and at that time you are eliminated. We're going to go through the ending, the championship word, how it works at NSF here in a minute. Before that, let's go to the next rule, Vanya. If no contestant provides a correct spelling in a given round, then all of the contestants from that round will return to the next round, okay? Let's say whether it's 10 or 2, if both of you or all 10 of you miss in a certain round, all 10 or all 2 will come back. Clear? Right? Okay, let's go to the next one. Homonyms. You guys know what a homonym is? It's not junior spelling bee, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. We know, we've researched as best as we can. We'll tell you if that's a homonym. And then, again, if it's listed as a homonym in Merriam-Webster third, okay, I'm going to emphasize that. If, for some reason, if we don't, and in the process of your exchange between the pronouncer, if you've gotten a definition already, please pay attention to this. If you've already gotten a definition, you got to spell the word for the defined word, okay? Spell the defined word, okay, if you've gotten the definition already. Does it make sense? Everybody? No? Okay, all right. So variants, again, it's got to be listed in Merriam-Webster's third as a variant, and if there is a variant for that particular spelling in the third, that's when we'll accept it, not on the online dictionary. All right? Okay. Archaic and obsolete, we talked about, those are not going to be acceptable as well. We don't have any that are listed as archaic and obsolete too, right? Okay. Handling disputes. I've talked multiple times, so we will caucus the judges. We've got plenty of knowledge there, plenty of champions that are sitting there, and some, like folks like Datri, Varsha, they're all going to help us as well. We're going to make a decision that is right for you. We've not been in that situation. I don't think we will be in that situation. We'll try to do our best. We're here to help you. Number one, I will tell you when we get to judges' roles, we're here to help you, not to just ring the bell. I hate to ring the bell, but unfortunately that's the process, right? But we're here to help you otherwise. We want you to get the words right. All right. So no video recording, Datri already made it very clear to me as well, so that's good. Let's move on to the next one. The final verdict in any discrepancy belongs to the judges, okay, as in any case. Once a new round starts, any objections from a previous round will not be entertained, and judges are in full control of the contest, okay? We've got some very, very experienced folks here on the table, on the panel, so we'll take care of things. We know how to make sure that we give you a fair chance. Every one of you is the same to me. I don't go by names. Each one of you is the same kind of speller. I want to give everybody a fair chance, and we're all committed to it, okay? During any round of this elimination phase, this third phase, if any one of you spells correctly, that will, so let's say if we have 10 folks in the round, that's the beginning of the round, only one person spells correctly, that person will be declared champion. We don't have another round for you to spell a championship word. And same thing goes when you're 2 folks as well. If I have 2 folks at the beginning of the round, only one of them spells correctly, that person will be declared champion. Okay? Good? That's the difference between how Scripps does and we do. And then same thing, if all spellers misspell in a round, we'll start a new round with all the spellers who remained at the beginning of the round. I hope we don't get to the third bullet point, but we will, at a certain point, the judges may choose to go to co-championship. All right? The other top ranks will be determined based on the combined scores of the phase 1 and phase 2 and the tiebreaker rules outlined on the website, so I'll let you guys go. So we may choose to have additional elimination rounds to determine ranks 2 and 3 if we have to, right? All right, the audience, responsibilities, all cell phones switched off, pagers switched off, okay? So because, like I said, we have responsibilities to give the kids a fair chance. You need to participate in that so we can give everyone here a fair chance as well. So nobody should be talking, murmuring, phones off, and no photography. And on top of it, do not, this is the most important one, do not, I know some of you might probably know, may not know, or you might think that word is something else. You might think that word is, that you know that word. Do not mouth those words or say who, ah, anything like that in the middle. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. It might disappoint the child, or we don't want that. We want every child standing here to finish the process, want to give them a fair chance. Every one of them. All 16 of them deserve to be here. We want to give them a fair chance. And that's my goal, and I want you to be supportive of that in that respect. All right? No moaning or sighing. So maintain silence while on the stage. Spellers, this is your responsibilities. No chit-chatting. Same thing goes with you. You might have another speller coming in here and spelling, and don't mouth it, or don't come up with any moaning or whatnot, or making faces. You guys are on TV as well, by the way. So please don't do those things. Give your fellow speller, respect them, their space. That is their space. Whoever comes there, give them their space. They deserve to be there, right? And then you are responsible, right? So we'll go through the judge's responsibilities in a minute. But I will tell you at the end of the day, whether here or at Scripps, it's the same. You are responsible at the end of the day to understand what word is being asked for you to spell. Okay? We will try the best we can to get you all the information you need so you know what is being asked. Okay? We can't just, except for giving you the spelling of the word or singing the word in a sentence or something like that, we will give you all those 5 things that we told you we'll give you. All right? So at the end of the day, you are responsible, and keep that in mind, because it's not just this platform, but every platform. That's how you should look at and make sure you tell the younger spellers that way as well. When it's your turn, talk into the microphone and make sure that you're able to go in and adjust it. Okay? This most of the times this should take care of it, but if not, we'll make sure one of us will get up and come by and shorten it or heighten it a little bit. Okay? But otherwise, just try to come closer here and speak into the microphone so we can hear clearly. So we'd like to pronounce clearly so you can hear, and the same thing should happen to you, right? So you should pronounce so we know you've heard the word correctly. That's the most important thing of this whole exchange between you and the pronouncer and us. Okay? So we're going to do as best as we can to make sure that happens. When it's not your turn, do not spell out words. I've already said this, so let's move on to the next rule. One more. Pronouncer is going to make sure that, Vanya is going to pronounce the words exactly like it is in the Merriam-Webster's Third International Dictionary. Again, emphasis, MW Third. The judge's role is we listen carefully. We want to make sure what Vanya has pronounced and what you're pronouncing, we're matching it, right? We're hearing you. We'll do the best we can. Again, at the end of the day, you will also be responsible, but we 3 here, and you guys can interrupt as well. Make sure that you guys are hearing what Vanya says is what they're saying. So otherwise, we'll stop you. Please say those words clearly so we can hear. We know you heard the word correctly. All right? Help us help you. All right? So the next thing is, if you don't, then it's going to be hard for us to help you. Right? Let's go to the next slide.
That's it. We're done. It's done.
That's it?
Yep.
All right. So that.
No recording of any kind at all.
Yeah, Datri is very, very strict. She said. Yeah, there you go. All right. You guys have any questions? Good to go? Good luck. Let's keep going. Let's get the proceedings going, Vanya.
Dad, is there extra microphone over there? Can you bring
No. So I think somebody was going to give. Yeah, there is one, I think.
Yeah.
So they said it was. Yeah, they did give me. Do you need?
No, in case they.
Do you need a stand as well?
No.
Tables. Okay. All right. Good luck. Oops. There's my pen. Does everybody have a pen? Everybody knows what to do.
Okay.
Timer. One quick clarification, the timer judge is going to start the timer as soon as Vanya pronounces it for the first time. You guys, most of you know it, and then the time starts at that point, okay?
Guys, we'll get started in just 1 second.
Okay. We'll see, yeah.
All right, so for the first round, you guys, please say your badge number so that we can make sure that we're ready. Is everyone ready? Everyone excited? Yeah? Nervous? You shouldn't be nervous. Just have fun. Like my dad said, you can ask me for the information, and you can ask my sister for any root words. Just make sure that you have the correct form when you're asking for root words. So the first speller can come on up, and we'll get started. And you can adjust the mic, so we want to make sure that we hear you very clearly.
Badge number 2.
Badge number 2? Okay, great. Your word is Catalinetta.
Can you repeat the word, please?
Sure. Catalinetta.
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 Language of origin, please.
Catalinetta comes from Greek to Latin to Spanish.
Definition, please.
It's any of several angelfishes.
Catalinetta.
Catalinetta.
Sentence, please.
A catalinetta can grow up to 2 feet in length.
Catalinetta. C-A-T-A-L-I-N-E-T-A, Catalinetta.
That's correct. Try to speak into the microphone, please, for me.
Okay.
Number 3.
Can you say it again?
Badge number 3.
Your word is cannelle.
Can you repeat the word?
Sure. Cannelle.
Can I have the definition?
Cannelle is a ball or oval of forcemeat mixture cooked in boiling water.
What's the language of origin?
Cannelle comes from German to French.
Cannelle. Can you use it in a sentence?
Martha served a cannelle of chicken in brown onion sauce as an appetizer.
Cannelle. Q-U-E-N-E-L-L-E. Cannelle.
That is correct.
Badge number 16.
Your word is diazepam.
Diazepam. Can I have the language of origin?
Diazepam comes from ISV plus unknown.
Can I have the definition, please?
A synthetic tranquilizer used especially to relieve anxiety and tension and as a muscle relaxant.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have diazepam.
Diazepam. D-I-A-Z-E-P-A-M. Diazepam.
That's correct.
Badge number 18.
Carutic.
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 Carutic. Could I have the definition?
It means of or belonging to a company of singers.
Carutic. Could I have the origin, please?
It comes from Greek.
Could I have it in a sentence?
There are many carutic parts in the ballet, The Nutcracker.
Could I have the part of speech?
This word is an adjective.
Can you repeat the definition again?
It's of or belonging to a company of singers.
Can you repeat the word again?
Karutik. Can you say the word?
Karutik? Okay, Karutik. Choreutic. Karutik?
That's correct. Can you make sure you have the score sheet on the laptop? Okay. Didn't
Badge number 20. 20.
Coreopsis.
Coreopsis. May I please have the definition?
Coreopsis is a plant of a genus of herbs which have showy flower heads with bracts in 2 distinct series.
May I please have the language of origin?
Coreopsis comes from Greek plus Greek.
Coreopsis. May I please have all the information?
Sure. Coreopsis, this word is a noun. It comes from 2 Greek elements. It's a plant of a genus of herbs which have showy flower heads. The name Coreopsis means bug appearance and refers to the bug-like shape of the plant's seed. Coreopsis.
Coreopsis. Coreopsis. Coreopsis.
That's correct. What was his badge number? 26.
Badge number 21.
Your word is paysan.
Can I have the word one more time?
Paysan.
Paysan. Can I have the definition, please?
Paysan means prepared in country or simple style.
Can I have the word one more time?
Paysan. Can you say it?
Paysan.
Paysan.
Paysan. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have paysan.
Can I have the language of origin one more time?
It comes from French.
Paysan. Paysan.
Paysan.
Paysan. Paysan.
And the ending, I just want to make sure of the ending.
Paysan.
Paysan.
Paysan. Paysan. Paysanne. Paysan.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Badge number 32.
Demitasse.
Demitasse. May I have the definition?
Sure. It's a small cup of coffee, usually taken black.
Demitasse. What is the language of origin?
This word comes from French.
Demitasse. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I have demitasse or demitasse.
Demitasse. Demitasse. Demitasse. Demitasse.
That's correct.
Badge number 34.
Seiche.
Seiche. May I have all the information?
Sure. Seiche is a noun. It comes from French. It's an oscillation of the surface of a lake or landlocked sea. A seiche can almost be as powerful as a tidal wave.
Okay, seiche. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have seiche.
Seiche. Seiche. S-E-I-C-H-E. Seiche.
That's correct.
Badge number 35.
Rubenesque.
Rubenesque. May I please have the definition?
Rubenesque means of or relating to or having the characteristics of this painter.
Rubenesque. Language of origin?
It comes from a Flemish name.
Part of speech?
This word is an adjective.
Are there any alternates?
I just have Rubenesque.
Rubenesque. R-U-B-E-N-E-S-Q-U-E. Rubenesque.
That's correct.
Badge number 36.
Galbraithian.
Galbraithian definition.
Galbraithian means of or relating to the economic theories of this person.
Galbraithian, language of origin.
This word comes from an American name.
Galbraithian. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I have Galbraithian and Galbraithian.
Galbraithian. Can you repeat all the information?
Galbraithian. This word is an adjective. It comes from an American name. It means of or relating to economic theories. The speaker at the symposium claimed that Galbraithian theories on limited growth were not sound.
Galbraithian. Galbraithian.
Can you say it again?
Galbraithian.
Galbraithian.
Galbraithian. Galbraithian. Galbraithian.
That's correct.
The word is, sorry, can you say your badge number?
61.
The word is Delane.
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 Delane. Are there alternate pronunciations?
There's Delane or D-Lane.
Delane. Can I please have the language of origin?
This word comes from Latin to French.
Delane. Can I please have the definition?
It's a lightweight dress fabric of wool or wool and cotton.
Delane.
Delane.
Delane. D-E-L-A-I-N-E. Delane.
That's correct.
Badge number 70.
Lansquenet.
Can you repeat the word again?
Lansquenet.
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 May I have the definition?
Lansquenet is a card game similar to Faro played in Central Europe.
May I have the word used in a sentence?
Unknown to the Duke, the Duchess was in deep debt from long nights spent playing lansquenet.
May I have all the rest of the stuff you can ask?
Sure.
You can tell.
Lansquenet, or lansquenet. This word is a noun. It comes from German to French. It's a card game similar to Faro played in Central Europe. Unknown to the Duke, the Duchess was in deep debt from long nights spent playing lansquenet.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
It can be lansquenet or lansquenet.
Lansquenet. L-A-N-S-Q-U-E-N-E-T. Lansquenet.
That's correct. Make sure when I look at you guys, make sure you tell me that you heard the pronunciation.
Badge number 82.
Cytherean.
Can you please repeat the word?
Cytherean.
May I have the definition?
Cytherean means of or relating to the goddess Venus.
Can I have the origin, please?
This word comes from Greek to Latin plus an English combining form.
Is there any other information?
Another pronunciation? Just Cytherean.
Okay, thank you. Cytherean?
Cytherean.
Cytherean. C-Y-T-H-E-R-E-A-N. Cytherean.
That's correct.
Badge 85.
Debouchement.
Debouchement?
Debouchement.
Debouchement. May I have language of origin, please?
This word comes from French.
May I have the definition, please?
It's a mouth or outlet, especially of a river.
Could you please use the word in a sentence?
The river's debouchement had to be dredged because the sediment was a hazard to navigation.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
Yes, there's debouchement, debouchement, or debouchement.
May I have the part of speech, please?
This word is a noun.
Could you repeat the word, please?
Debouchement. Could you say it?
Debouchement. 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 D-E-B-O-U-C-H-M-E-N-T. Debouchement.
That's correct.
Isesis. Can you say your badge number?
Badge number SSB 123.
Isesis.
May I have the definition, please?
Sure. It's the successful establishment of a plant or animal in a new environment or habitat.
May I please have the origin?
This word comes from Greek.
Can you please repeat the word?
Isesis.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I have isesis or esesis.
May I have all the information?
Isesis. This word is a noun. It comes from Greek. It's the successful establishment of a plant or animal in a new environment or habitat. Isesis by an introduced species often threatens native flora or fauna. Isesis or esesis.
Isesis. Isesis. E-C-E-S-I-S. Isesis.
That's correct.
Badge number 128.
Your word is philas.
Can you repeat the word?
Sure. Philas.
Can I have the language of origin?
This word comes from Latin to French.
Can I have the definition?
It's a vegetable fiber prepared for manufacture.
Philas.
No, say it again.
Philas.
Philas.
Can I have the part of speech?
This word is a noun.
Philas.
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 No. You said it right before. Good. Yeah.
Philas.
Philas.
No. Say it like her.
Philas.
Philas.
Yeah. Okay.
F-I-L-A-S-S-E. Philas.
That's correct.
That's the end of round one. Good job, everyone.
All right, what I'd like for you guys to do is probably one spellers just getting over, line up, so that way we can get through the words a little quicker, right? So, well, let's start round two.
Yeah, have them.
172. 172. ನಿಮಿಷ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕವರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿಯಪ್ಪ I'm going to tell them here in a minute. We'll take a break and we'll call them. All right, let's go ahead and get started.
Badge number 2.
Yeah, you guys don't have to say your badge number anymore, but thank you so much. Are you ready, judges?
Yep.
Okay. Your word is hambu.
Ambu.
Hambu.
Is this French?
This word comes from a Swedish geographical name. Can you please say the word into the mic?
Hambu.
Can you step a little closer?
Hambu.
Hambu.
Hambu. Definition, please.
This is a Swedish round danced to various melodies in triple time.
1%.
Sentence, please.
Sure. Joel learned to dance the hambu when he visited relatives in Sweden.
Hambu.
Hambu.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have hambu. Hambu.
Hambu. Hambu. H-A-M-B-U. Hambu.
I'm sorry, the correct spelling is H-A-M-B-O. Good job. Your word is to Ural.
Can you repeat the word?
To Ural.
Can I have the language of origin?
To Ural comes from Latin to French.
Can I have the definition?
It's a pale greenish yellow.
Can you repeat the word?
To Ural.
What's the part of speech?
This word is a noun.
Teural.
To Ural.
Teural. T-I-L-L-E-U-L. Teural.
That's correct.
Caliga.
Calica?
Caliga.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have Caliga.
Caliga?
Caliga.
Caliga. Can I have the definition?
Caliga is a heavy-soled Roman military shoe or sandal worn by all ranks.
Can I have the language of origin?
This word comes from Latin. Can you say the word?
Caliga?
Yeah.
Caliga.
Caliga. Can you use this in a sentence?
The Emperor Caligula was named after the caliga, which he was fond of wearing as a boy.
Can you give me all the information again?
Caliga. This word is a noun. It comes from Latin. It's a heavy-soled Roman military shoe or sandal worn by all ranks. The Emperor Caligula was named after the caliga, which he was fond of wearing as a boy.
Caliga. Caliga. C-A-L-I-G-A. Caliga.
That's correct.
Gloucester.
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 Could I have the definition, please?
This is a hard cheese resembling Derby.
Gloucester. Could I have the origin, please?
This is from an English geographical name.
Could I have it in a sentence?
Garrett topped his ham sandwich with a slice of Gloucester.
Can I have the part of speech?
This word is a noun.
Wait, can you say it one more time?
Gloucester.
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 No.
Wait.
Can you say it? I can't.
Gloucester. Can you step a little closer to the mic?
Okay. Gloucester.
Yeah.
Okay. Gloucester. Gloucester. Gloucester.
That's correct.
Ciguatera.
Ciguatera. May I please have the definition?
Ciguatera is poisoning caused by eating fish or mollusks with flesh toxic to man.
Ciguatera. May I please have the language of origin?
It comes from Taino to Spanish.
Ciguatera. May I please have all the information?
Ciguatera. This word is a noun. It comes from Taino to Spanish. It's poisoning caused by eating fish or mollusks with flesh toxic to man. Although she contracted ciguatera in June, Constance could not return to work until November.
Ciguatera. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have ciguatera.
Ciguatera. C-I-G-U-A-T-E-R-A. Ciguatera.
That's correct.
Luthier.
Can I have the word one more time?
Luthier.
Luthier?
Luthier.
Luthier. Can I have the definition, please?
This word is a maker of stringed instruments.
Luthier. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have luthier.
Luthier. Luthier. Can I have the language of origin, please?
This word comes from Arabic to French.
Luthier. Can I have this word in a sentence?
Sure. The luthier gave Dolores a choice of inlay patterns for her new guitar.
Can I have the word one more time?
Luthier. Can you say it?
Luthier.
Luthier.
Luthier. L-U-T-H-I-E-R. Luthier.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Braunschweiger.
Braunschweiger. Is this German?
Yes, this word comes from a German name.
Braunschweiger. What is the definition?
It's a smoked liver sausage.
Braunschweiger. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
It can be Braunschweiger or Braunschweiger.
Braunschweiger. Braunschweiger.
It's Braunschweiger, Braunschweiger, or Braunschweiger.
Braunschweiger.
Or Braunschweiger.
Braunschweiger. B-R-A-U-N-S-C-H-W-E-I-G-E-R.
That's correct.
Keynesian.
Keynesian. May I have all the information?
Sure. Keynesian is an adjective. It comes from an English name. It means of or relating to the advocacy of monetary and fiscal programs by government to increase employment. Professor Rabin is a proponent of Keynesian economics.
Keynesian. May I have the language of origin again?
Sure, this comes from an English name.
Keynesian. Keynesian. Will you repeat all the information again?
Keynesian is an adjective. It comes from an English name. It means of or relating to the advocacy of monetary and fiscal programs by government to increase employment.
Okay.
Professor Rabin is a proponent of Keynesian economics.
Keynesian. K-E-Y-N-E-S-I-A-N. Keynesian.
That's correct.
This word has a homonym, so I'll give you the definition. The word is roux. This roux is a mixture of flour and fat, cooked sometimes until the flour browns and used to thicken soups and sauces.
Roux, may I have the language of origin?
This word comes from French.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have roux.
Roux, may I have this in a sentence?
After deglazing the pan with white wine, Graham added a roux made of flour and butter.
Roux, R-O-U-X, roux.
That's correct.
Bisagri.
Bisagri definition.
Bisagri is a small spiny cactus of Mexico and southwestern United States.
Language of origin.
This word comes from Mexican Spanish.
Bisagri, could use it in a sentence.
Elena often rewarded her children's good behavior with slices of bisagri.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I have bisagri and Bisagre.
Bisagre. Could you repeat all the information?
Bisagre or Bisagre. This word is a noun. It comes from Mexican Spanish. It's a small, spiny cactus of Mexico and southwestern United States. Elena often rewarded her children's good behavior with slices of bisagre.
Bisagre. Bisagre. B-I-S-A-G-R-E. Bisagre.
That's correct.
Propedeutic.
Probedeutic?
No. Propedeutic.
Propedeutic?
Propedeutic.
Propedeutic. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
It can be propedeutic, propedeutic, or propedeutic.
Propedeutic. Are there, what's the language of origin?
This word comes from Greek.
Can I please have the definition?
Needed as preparation for learning or study.
Propedeutic?
Propedeutic.
Propedeutic. Propedeutic. P-R-O-P-E-D-E-U-T-I-C. Propedeutic.
I'm sorry, the correct spelling is P-R-O-P-A-E-D-E-U-T-I-C. Good job. Resaca.
Can you repeat the word again?
Resaca.
May I have the definition?
Resaca is the dry channel or the former, often marshy course of a stream.
May I have all the information?
Resaca. This word is a noun. It comes from Latin to Spanish to American Spanish. It's the dry channel or the former, often marshy course of a stream. The soldiers were unable to cut through the mountain pass and instead opted to march through the Resaca.
Can you repeat the word again?
Resaca. Can you say it?
Resaca.
Resaca.
Resaca. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have resaca.
May I have the definition and the word used in a sentence?
Resaca is the dry channel or the former, often marshy course of a stream. The soldiers were unable to cut through the mountain pass and instead opted to march through the Resaca.
Resaca. R-I-S-S-A-K-A. Resaca.
I'm sorry, the correct spelling is R-E-S-A-C-A. Good job. Ennui.
Can you please repeat the word?
Ennui. Oh. Just like tighten it.
Okay. Can I have the definition?
Priya, can you come and tighten it in the middle? There's a... No. On the stand itself, the stem. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
That's good.
That's fine.
Ennui. It's the languor or emptiness of spirit, boredom.
Can I please have the origin?
This word comes from French.
Can I just have all the information?
Sure. Ennui, sometimes ennui. This word is a noun from French. It's languor or emptiness of spirit. Though she claimed to dislike school, Tara felt a certain ennui when not doing something academic. Can you say the word?
Ennui.
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 Ennui. E-N-N-U-I. Ennui.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Cioppino.
Cioppino. May I have the language of origin, please?
Cioppino comes from Italian.
May I have the definition, please?
It's a dish of fish and shellfish cooked in tomato sauce.
Could you please use the word in a sentence?
After an afternoon at the beach, Beverly stopped at a local restaurant for cioppino and coffee.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have cioppino.
May I have the part of speech, please?
This word is a noun.
Could you repeat the word, please?
Cioppino. Can you say it?
Cioppino.
Cioppino.
Cioppino. Cioppino. C-I-O-P-P-I-N-O. Cioppino.
That's correct.
Glug.
Can you repeat the word?
Glug.
Can you repeat the word?
Glug. Can you say it?
Glug?
Glug.
Glug. Can I have the definition?
It's a Swedish hot punch made from a sweetened, highly spiced mixture of wines.
Can you please repeat the word?
Glug.
Glug?
Glug.
May I have the origin?
This word comes from Swedish.
Glug?
Glug.
May I have any alternate pronunciations?
It's glug or glug.
Okay. Can you repeat the word?
Glug.
Can I have all the information?
Glug is a noun. It comes from Swedish. It's a Swedish hot punch made from a sweetened, highly spiced mixture of wines. Each evening, a bowl of hot glug awaited the returning skiers. Glug or glug?
Glug. Glug. G-L-U-G-G. Glug.
I'm sorry, the correct spelling is G-L-O-G-G. Good job.
Thank you.
The word is oeuvre.
Can you repeat the word?
Oeuvre.
Can I have the definition?
Oeuvre is a substantial body of work constituting the life work of a writer, an artist, or a composer.
Oeuvre. Can I have the language of origin?
It comes from Latin to French. Oeuvre.
Oeuvre. Can you use it in a sentence?
The poet won the award not for any particular work, but for his oeuvre. Can you say it?
Oeuvre.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you say it one more time?
Oeuvre.
Oeuvre.
Yep.
Oeuvre. O-E-U-V-R-E. Oeuvre?
That's correct.
Yeah.
I'll fix it, don't worry.
That's the end of round 2. Good job, everyone. We're actually, you can sit back down, don't worry.
Yeah, we're going to take, I think some of you need a break. So let's take like 5-minute break. Let the spellers go first, guys. They want to use the restroom. Please allow the spellers go and come back so we can get that started.
But it's really low now. Put it slightly higher and tighten it. Yeah, now tighten it. Oh, yeah. We'll make sure that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, well, at the start, you can do
I think this is fine, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
This one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if they pull it out, you got to pull it down. And
Oh,
then
by
tighten
the
it.
way,
Yeah.
for timing,
See, most of the time they can do this. Sometimes they can.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. If you're like fixing a mic,
And
yeah, definitely.
yeah, maybe we should make it slightly lower, I think.
No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it goes to here. Yeah. Yeah, that would, yeah. Yeah. Can you hand me the packets? The packet there? I don't think that's the packet. The packets are like they're like yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is the only flash drive we have.
Yeah, just email her.
So you know how we're supposed to have flash drives to take the stuff for the laptop drive? Do we have it?
Okay.
So, here's that.
Okay. Buy a flash. Did they go buy what? Did they go buy that flash drive? I think they must have or something. Because I know the university has vending machines.
It's very important because we don't know the tiebreaker at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? So if we know, if we start entering it, so we'll know, then if we need to do another round for second and third position only, everything else we don't need to. So he's going to go get it.
Right, that's working.
Sorry, I forgot your dad.
What's your background? Mine? It's the default. It's pretty. That comes with it.
You guys need a copy to record? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you need to give these back to me after you're done, all of the work. So why don't we, this is so we'll take this back. Right? It's done.
I just didn't strike you.
Yeah, I might as well do that.
No, but within this round. And like worst case scenario. No, you just really tight.
That's what I told you. Okay, hold. You only tight. I will lose it, so you only tight.
That way.
No one can't lower it. I don't think you'll be able to. Yeah, it's too tight.
Now you tight yourself so that
It does.
I will lose it.
Maybe that's because I have like 3 cups of coffee. That's okay. No, I'm dying. I've like the clean ginger and here. I don't know. I don't know that no, I'm staying. It's like a water bottle. I'm going home, but like, so I'm just like here for everything. If I need to go that's no, it's not dropping it. Yeah, no, it's fine. You're done. I'm ready to try it.
Clockwise, water bottle.
Okay, it should
Water
be good.
bottle.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna go like sit and stand. Yeah. And then I can drive here. Oh wait, I have to get my shoes. Do you have a picture of an example? We realized that we were gonna be in the chemistry building, and then you were gonna be in the biology building when it made no sense. We were realized that. Then I tried to call you, but you didn't go to the biology building. No lunch? We had the yeah, we got desperate. No, do you have my
So spellers, yeah, let's get back. Let's continue where we left off. We're going to get into round 3. So just fill in the blanks, you know, if there was a person that may have misspelled in the past round. So hang in there. You might have to move one to your left, right?
Okay.
So something like that. So you'll have to be the first one up, right? So,
This was in prelims.
Keep them on safe. Yeah, I know.
so who was there? You come here. Abhijit, you come here. Right. So move one to your left, right? Everybody moves one to the left.
Phones that USB from the judging room.
Yeah, so that row is redundant now. We don't need that row. So are we missing one person?
It was supposed to come with our package.
Are we
but
missing one person?
It didn't. Yeah, they knew that, but
Is
they
it it?
didn't bring us one.
Is this it?
If they can just
Okay.
also if they can
12?
just email it to one of us, it doesn't need to come on a flash drive.
So we have 4 misses?
I
Four
can
misses?
email Murthy uncle. But
Tell him the names.
No. 4 misses. I've marked it. In
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. So let's go ahead, get started. Audience, please, I think we heard a phone ring somewhere in the middle. Huh? I thought that was, don't worry about it. We're fine. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Please turn off your phones and be respectful of the spellers that are on stage. Really appreciate it. Yeah. ಜೊತೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರು.
Remember to please turn all your devices off now that you returned.
Judges ready?
Your word is idiocracy.
Idiocracy. Can I have a definition?
Idiocracy is peculiarity of constitution.
Can I have a language of origin?
This word comes from Greek.
Does it have the Greek root idio, meaning self?
Yes, you're on the right track, yeah.
Oh, okay. Idiocracy. Can you repeat the word?
Idiocracy. Can you talk a little louder into the microphone?
Yeah. Idiocracy. Idiocracy. Can you repeat the definition?
It's peculiarity of constitution.
Idiocracy. I-D-I-O-C-R-A-S-Y. Idiocracy.
That's correct.
Pemphigoid.
Pemphigoid. Can I have the language of origin?
Pemphigoid comes from Greek.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
It's very slight. It's pemphigoid or pemphigoid.
Can I have the definition, please?
It's resembling a disease of unknown cause characterized by the formation of successive crops of large blisters.
Can I have it used in a sentence?
The doctor noted her patient's pemphigoid presentation and asked if the blisters were causing itchiness or pain.
Okay, pemphigoid. P-E-M-P-H-I-G-O-I-D. Pemphigoid.
That's correct.
Tanada.
Say it again.
Tanada.
Tanada. Could I have the origin?
Tanada comes from Latin to Spanish.
Could I have the definition, please?
It's a Spanish folk song, especially of meditative character.
Can I have all the information?
Tanada. This word is a noun. It comes from Latin to Spanish. It's a Spanish folk song, especially of meditative character. The genre of the tonada, widely performed in the Central Valley of Chile, is thought to originate from an Andalusian poetic form.
Could I have the part of speech again?
This word is a noun. Can you say it?
Tonada.
Tonada.
Tonada. Can you give me the origin one more time?
It comes from Latin to Spanish.
Tonada. Tonada. T-O-N-A-D-A. Tonada.
That's correct.
Buskinned.
Buskinned?
Buskinned.
Buskinned. May I please have the definition?
I don't think you're saying the ending properly. Buskinned.
Buskinned.
Yeah. This word, did you ask for the definition? It's of or relating to or befitting a tragedy.
Buskinned. May I please have the part of speech?
It's an adjective.
Buskinned. May I please have all the information?
Buskinned. This word is an adjective from Latin to French to Spanish. The buskinned Shakespeare play causes Mira to tear up at the theater.
Can you please repeat the word?
Buskinned.
Buskinned. B-U-S-K-I-N-E-D. Buskinned.
That's correct.
Rubicelle.
Can I have the word one more time?
Rubicelle.
Rubicelle. Can I have the definition, please?
Rubicelle is a spinal of yellow or orange-red color.
Rubicelle. Rubicelle. Can I have the language of origin?
It's an alteration of French.
Rubicelle?
Rubicelle.
Rubicelle. Rubicelle. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have Rubicelle.
Rubicelle. Can I please have it in a sentence?
Layla flaunted the large rubicelle that glistened on her new engagement ring.
Rubicelle?
Rubicelle.
Rubicelle. Rubicelle.
Rubicelle.
Rubicelle. R-U-B-I-C-E-L. Rubicelle?
I'm sorry, the correct spelling is R-U-B-I-C-E-L-L-E. Good job.
Thank you.
Kabbalist.
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 Can you say it again?
Kabbalist.
Yeah.
What is the definition?
It's one skilled in esoteric doctrine or mysterious art.
Kabbalist.
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 No. Listen really carefully to the last ending. Kabbalist.
Kabbalist.
Yeah.
Can you come here? Can you come here? Come close. Come close. Say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kabbalist. What is the origin?
This word comes from Latin.
Kabbalist. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have Kabbalist.
Kabbalist. Kabbalist. C-A-B-A-L-I-S-T. Kabbalist.
That's correct.
Appetence.
May I have the definition?
Appetence is a strong, ingrained desire.
Appetence.
Appetence.
Okay. May I have all the information?
Appetence. Appetence. Yeah, appetence or appetence. This word is a noun. It comes from Latin to French to English. It's a strong, ingrained desire. The USA swim team's appetence to win gold at the Olympics grew stronger and stronger through each practice.
Okay. Appetence. A-P-P-E-T-E-N-C-E. Appetence.
That's correct.
Feretory.
Feretory. May I please have the definition?
Feretory is a place for keeping an ornate coffin for the relics of a saint.
Feretory. Language of origin?
It comes from Greek to Latin.
Part of speech?
This word is a noun.
Are there any alternates?
I just have feretory.
And can I have this in a sentence?
A second, smaller procession appeared after the first, carrying a feretory with relics of the saints.
Feretory. F-E-R-R-E-T-O-R-Y. Feretory.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. The correct spelling is Feretory. Good job.
Good job.
Miniaceous.
Miniaceous. Definition.
It's of the color of red lead.
Miniaceous. Can you give me all the information?
Miniaceous. This word is an adjective from Latin. It's of the color of red lead. 7-year-old Jack tried to persuade his parents to paint the house a bold, miniaceous hue.
Miniaceous. Is it an adjective?
Yes, this word is an adjective. Miniaceous.
Can you repeat the definition?
Of the color of red lead.
Miniaceous. Can you repeat the language of origin?
This word comes from Latin.
Miniaceous. Miniaceous. M-I-N-I-A-C-I-O-U-S. Miniaceous.
I'm sorry, the correct spelling is M-I-N-I-A-C-E-O-U-S. Good job. Strepera.
Can you please repeat the word?
Strepera.
Strepera?
Strepera.
Strepera? Can I have the definition?
Strepera is a genus of bluish-black Australian birds.
Can I have all the information?
Strepera. This word is a noun from Latin. It's a genus of bluish-black Australian birds. During the winter time, Mukta observed a strepera hanging with his loose flock and enjoying the town. Strepera.
Strepera?
Strepera.
Strepera? Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have strepera.
And what was the origin?
It comes from Latin. Can you say it closely?
Strepera?
Mm-hmm.
S-T-R-E-P. O-R-A. Strepera.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, the correct spelling is S-T-R-E-P-E-R-A.
Okay,
Good
thank
job.
you.
Interferent.
Interferent. May I have the language of origin, please?
Interferent comes from Latin to French.
May I have the definition, please?
It's the holder of or an applicant for a patent.
Could you please use the word in the sentence?
The interferent was accused of stealing ideas from the filer of a previous patent.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I have interferent or interferent.
May I have the part of speech, please?
This word is a noun.
Could you repeat the language of origin, please?
Interferent comes from Latin to French.
Could you repeat the definition, please?
It's the holder of or an applicant for a patent that conflicts with a patent granted earlier.
Interferent. Interferent. I-N-T-E-R-F-E-R-A-N-T. Interferent.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Tenite.
Can you repeat the word again?
Tenite.
Can I have the definition?
Tenite is used for any of various thermoplastic molding compositions?
Tennite. Can I have the language of origin?
It's a trademark.
Can you repeat the definition again?
It's used for any of various thermoplastic molding compositions.
Tennite. Tenite? Tennite?
That's correct.
Oh.
That's the end of round 3.
Start with 16.
You can sit down for a couple.
Sit down for a couple of minutes. Let's.
But anyone who needs to exit the auditorium, you guys can do that now. We'll be starting. Yeah. All right, we'll wait for anyone else to exit the auditorium and we'll get started with the next round.
Same rule as always, no cell phones.
Good? Okay. Yeah, we can get started. Come on up.
Can you go ahead and enter the numbers in directly there? That way we'll know if we have a tiebreaker. Got it.
Ceremont.
Can you repeat the word?
Ceremont.
What's the language of origin?
Ceremont comes from Latin.
Are there any alternate?
Probably Latin. It comes from Latin to Middle English, probably.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
Yes, I have Ceremont or Searmont.
What does it mean?
It's a shroud for the dead, a cloth smeared or impregnated with melted wax.
Can you repeat the word?
Ceremont. Can you say it?
Ceremont?
Ceremont.
Yeah.
Ceremont. Can you repeat the definition?
It's a shroud for the dead, a cloth smeared or impregnated with melted wax.
Ceremont. C-E-R-E-M-E-N-T. Ceremont.
That's correct.
Chipolata.
Chipolata. Can I have the language of origin?
Chipolata comes from Latin to Italian to French.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have chipolata.
Can I have the definition, please?
It's a small, spicy sausage.
Can I have it used in a sentence?
Dan's mouth watered at his delicious-looking breakfast of fried chipolata cooked with onion, tomatoes, and spinach.
Chipolata.
Chipolata.
Chipolata. C-H-I-P-O-L-A-T-A. Chipolata.
Yep, that's correct.
Sparaxis.
Sparaxis. Is it a noun?
Yes, this word is a noun.
Could I have all of the info?
Sparaxis. This word is a noun from Greek to Latin. It's a bulbous plant native to the Cape of Good Hope. On her trip to South Africa, Priya was awestruck by the beautiful Sparaxis flower growing in her garden.
Can you give me the origin again?
This word comes from Greek to Latin.
Can you say the word again?
Sparaxis. Can you say it?
Sparaxis.
Sparaxis.
Sparaxis. Can you give me all of the information again?
Sparaxis. This word is a noun from Greek to Latin. It's a bulbous plant native to the Cape of Good Hope. On her trip to South Africa, Priya was awestruck by the beautiful Sparaxis flower growing in her garden.
Sparaxis. Sparaxis. Spiraxis?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, the correct spelling is Sparaxis.
Okay, thank you.
Good job. Cirsoid.
Cirsoid?
Cirsoid.
May I please have the definition?
It's resembling a dilated, tortuous vein.
Cirsoid. May I please have all the information?
Cirsoid. This word is an adjective from Greek. It means resembling a dilated, tortuous vein. When a patient presented with swelling on the scalp and examination found a few dilated veins in the region, the doctor suspected a cirsoid aneurysm.
Cirsoid. Can you please repeat the word?
Cirsoid.
Cirsoid. C-I-R-S-O-I-D. Cirsoid.
That's correct.
Lecanora.
Lecanora. What is the definition?
It's a crustaceous lichen that is used for dyeing or for food.
Lecanora?
Lecanora.
What is the language of origin?
It comes from Greek to Latin.
Lecanora. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
It's very slight. It's Lecanora or Lecanara.
Lecanora. Lecanora. May I have the definition again?
It's a crustaceous lichen that is used for dyeing or for food.
Lecanora. May I have the origin again?
It comes from Greek to Latin.
Lecanora. 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 Lecanora.
That's correct.
One second. The word is a matrix.
A matrix.
A matrix.
May I have that part of speech?
A matrix is a noun.
Is this Latin?
It comes from a geographical name to Latin, yes.
A matrix.
A matrix.
May I have all the information?
A matrix or a matrix. It's a noun. It comes from a geographical name to Latin. A geographical name and Latin. It's a gem cut from variscite and its surrounding area. Ubby prefers to call a matrix by its other name, Utahite, to remind him that the mineral is most prevalently found in Utah. A matrix.
A matrix. Will you repeat the alternate pronunciations?
It's a matrix or a matrix.
A matrix. A-M-A-T-R-I-C-E. A matrix.
Yeah, that's right.
The word is fillery.
Fillery. Could you repeat the word, please?
Fillery.
May I have the language of origin, please?
Fillery comes from Greek to Latin.
May I have the definition, please?
It's one of the involucral bracts subtending the flower head of a composite plant.
Could you please use the word in a sentence?
The bract below the flower, or filiary, is distinctively recurved and channeled.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
It's very slight. It's filiary or fillery.
Does this contain the Greek root philos, meaning leaf?
You're on the right track.
Okay. May I have the part of speech, please?
This word is a noun.
Could you repeat the word, please?
Fillery. Can you say it?
Fillery?
Fillery.
Fillery. And could you repeat the language of origin, please?
It comes from Greek to Latin.
Could you repeat the definition, please?
It's one of the bracts subtending the flower head of a composite plant.
Could you repeat the part of speech, please?
It's a noun.
Could you repeat the word, please?
Fillery.
Fillery. Fillery. P-H-Y-L-L-A-R-Y. Fillery.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Scotidinia.
Can you repeat the word?
Scotidinia.
Can I have the language of origin?
This word comes from Greek.
Scotidinia. Can I have the definition?
It's dizziness with headache and impairment of sight.
Scotidinia. Can I have the part of speech?
It's a noun.
Scotidinia.
Scotidinia.
Scotidinia. Can you repeat the definition again?
It's dizziness with headache and impairment of sight.
Scotidinia.
Scotidinia.
Scotidinia. Scotidynia. Scotidinia.
I'm sorry, the correct spelling is Scotodinia. Good job. That's the end of the round. Good job, everyone.
Yeah, we're going to continue round 5. Go ahead.
Nitrile.
Nitrile. Can you repeat the word?
Nitrile.
What's the language of origin?
Comes from international scientific vocabulary.
Can I have the definition?
It's a synthetic fiber composed chiefly of a long chain polymer.
Nitrile. Can you repeat the word?
Nitrile.
What's the language of origin?
It's international scientific vocabulary.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
What's the part of speech?
It's a noun.
Nitrile. Can you repeat all of the information again?
Sure. Nitrile. Okay. This word is a homonym, so I'll repeat the definition. Nitrile is a noun. It comes from international scientific vocabulary. It's a synthetic fiber composed chiefly of a long chain polymer. The designer utilized nitrile in his new faux fur line of sweaters.
Nitrile. Nitrile. N-I-T-R-I-L-E. Nitrile.
I'm sorry, the correct spelling is N-Y-T-R-I-L.
Thank you.
Good job. Coroplast.
Coroplast. Can I have the definition?
Coroplast is a modeler of wax or terracotta figurines of ancient Greece.
Can I have the language of origin?
This word comes from Greek.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have coroplast.
Can I have the definition again?
It's a modeler of wax or terracotta figurines of ancient Greece.
Coroplast?
Coroplast.
Coroplast?
Coroplast.
Coroplast. Can I have this used in a sentence?
The coroplast spent hours in his studio molding his wax models. Coroplast.
Coroplast. C-O-R-O-P-L-A-S-T. Coroplast.
That's correct.
Odyllic.
Odyllic, may I please have the definition?
Odyllic is relating to a force or natural power formerly held by someone to reside in certain individuals.
Odyllic, may I please have all the information?
Sure. Odyllic is an adjective. It comes from German plus Greek to ISV plus an English combining form. It means relating to a force or natural power formerly held by some to reside in certain individuals. It was commonly believed that crystals could induce clairvoyance due to its supposedly odyllic nature.
Odyllic. O-D-Y-L-I-C. Odyllic.
That's correct.
Tritanopia.
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 What is the definition?
It's a dichromatism in which the spectrum is seen in tones of red and green.
Tritanopia?
Tritanopia.
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 Tritanopia. What is the origin?
It comes from Greek.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I have tritanopia or tritanopia.
Tritanopia. Tritanopia. Tritanopia. Tritanopia. Tritonopia. Tritanopia.
I'm sorry. The correct spelling is Tritanopia. Good job.
Thank you.
Ergotainer.
Ergotainer. Is this a boat?
This is a male ant that resembles a worker.
Oh, sorry. Does it come from like erg meaning work in Greek?
You're on the right track.
Does it come from aner meaning andro meaning man in Greek?
Yes.
Okay. Ergotainer. E-R-G-A-T-A-N-E-R. Ergotainer.
That's correct.
Anotonous.
Could you repeat the word, please?
Anotonous.
Anotonous?
Anotonous.
Anotonous. May I have the language of origin, please?
This word comes from Latin.
May I have the definition, please?
It means 1 year old.
Could you please use the word in a sentence?
The anotonous branchlets were still sparse, as it takes a few years of growth for the tree's branches to develop.
Is this an adjective?
Yes, this word is an adjective.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I have anotonous or anotonous.
Could you repeat the language of origin, please?
It comes from Latin. Can you say the word?
Anotonous? Could you repeat the definition, please?
It means 1 year old.
And it's an adjective?
Yes, this word is an adjective.
Could you repeat the alternate pronunciations, please?
It's anotonous or anotonous.
And it's Latin?
Yes.
Anotonous.
Yeah, no, 15 seconds.
Okay. Anotonous. Anotonous. A-N-N-O-T-I-N-O-U-S. Anotonous.
That's correct.
Thank you.
That's the end of the round. Good job.
Let's continue for one more.
Actually, go back. One. Okay. Tetrabolin.
Tetrabolin. Can I have the definition, please?
It's a silver coin of ancient Greece. Yeah.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
It's tetrabolin or tetrobolin.
Tetrabolin or tetrobolin?
Tetrabolin.
Okay. Can I have it in a sentence?
While the tetrabolin did hold a fair amount of value for the Athenians, the highest coin in circulation was in fact the tetradrachm.
Tetrabolin. Can I have all the information again?
Tetrabolin. This word is a noun from Greek. It's a silver coin of ancient Greece. While the tetrabolin did hold a fair amount of value for the Athenians, the highest coin in circulation was the tetradrachm.
Tetrabolin. T-E-T-R-O-B-O-L-A-N. Tetrabolin.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, the correct spelling is T-E-T-R-O-B-O-L-O-N. Good job. Collimator.
Collimator. May I please have the definition?
Collimator, one second, is a device for producing a beam of parallel rays of light.
Collimator. May I please have all the information?
Sure. Collimator. This word is a noun from Latin. It's a device for producing a beam of parallel rays of light. The Large Hadron Collider at CERN just successfully accelerated its first atoms after optimizing the collimator settings.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have collimator.
Collimator. C-O-L-L-I-M-A-T-O-R. Collimator.
That's correct.
Cycon.
Cycon. May I have the definition?
Cycon is a type of sponge that is flagellated.
Cycon, does it come from psychos, meaning fig in Greek?
Yes.
Cycon. May I have all the information?
Cycon. This word is a noun from Greek. It's a type of sponge that is flagellated. Padma was disappointed when the cycon that was white and tube-shaped didn't look anything like her favorite character, SpongeBob. Cycon.
Cycon. Will you repeat the language of origin?
This word comes from Greek.
Psychon. Psychon. SYCON. Psychon.
That's correct.
Imipramine.
Could you repeat the word, please?
Imipramine.
Imipramine?
Imipramine.
Imipramine. May I have the language of origin, please?
This word comes from ISV.
May I have the definition, please?
It's a tricyclic antidepressant drug.
Could you please use the word in a sentence?
The pharmacist advised Laura that taking imipramine at bedtime may help reduce any side effects.
May I have the part of speech, please?
This word is a noun.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have imipramine.
Imipramine? Could you repeat the word, please?
Imipramine.
Imipramine. Could you repeat the definition, please?
It's a tricyclic antidepressant drug.
And there are no alternate pronunciations?
Just have imipramine.
Could you please use in the sentence again?
Sure. The pharmacist advised Laura that taking imipramine at bedtime may help reduce side effects.
Okay. Imipramine. 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 Imipramine.
That's correct.
Thank you.
That's the end of the round. Good job, everyone.
Who needs a break?
Okay, we'll take a 3-minute break.
Yeah, we got to, nobody else takes a break. Let's give the spellers a break and so they can come back quickly.
Go ahead.
Because there's another event after this, so we got to wrap it up. Please, audience, don't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, but that's I don't know how to pronounce it because it's hard because it's hard for me. But I can't. But when I say but it sounds like I'm saying I'm not in this. It sounds like I'm forgetting the T. Like I'm not. Good job with the mouth. Okay, the one before that. But it was. They would have called me. Yeah, that's why I was confused. That's why I didn't have a question.
ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ತಾನೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ತಾನೆ
Too hard for that one?
No, but everything else is good.
Everything?
Yeah, everything else is perfect.
Okay.
See that the Ambo is not this chicory wasn't put on and this makes it easy.
ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಓಕೆ I don't know how people love it. I don't know what the level is. No, not actually. I don't know what the level is.
What standard we have is All right, let's go, Diana.
Nope.
There's Navneet. Where's Navneet?
Here.
He's the one who.
Poor guy. It's okay.
We just finished a round, Navneet. All right, let's go, guys.
Are we ready?
You guys know the rules, right? One person gets a word right in the round. That's the champion. That person's the champion. Sorry.
Fescennine.
Fescennine, may I please have the definition?
Fescennine means smug or read at a rural festival or a wedding sung or read at a rural festival or a wedding in ancient Italy.
Can you please use in a sentence?
Historians describe the Roman procession as lofty march music mingled with low Fescennine jest.
Fescennine, may I please have the part of speech?
This word is an adjective.
May I please have the language of origin?
It comes from an Italian logonym to Latin.
Fescennine, can you please repeat the word?
Fescennine.
Fescennine. F-E-S-C-E-N-N-I-N-E. Fescennine.
That's correct.
Capataz.
Capataz.
This word is a homonym. It's a close homonym. The word is capataz. It means boss, foreman, or overseer.
Is it Spanish?
Yes, it comes from Latin to Spanish.
Does it come from capa, meaning head?
What's the language?
In Latin?
Yes.
Capataz.
Capataz.
Okay, capataz. May I have all the information?
I want to clarify where your route is correct. I'd rather say it's on the right track.
Okay.
Can you ask the question again?
May I have all the information?
Sure. Capataz. This word is a noun from Latin to Spanish. It's a close homonym. It's a boss, foreman, or overseer. The workmen feared that the strict capataz would be unsatisfied with their day's work.
Capataz.
Capataz.
Capataz. C-A-P-A-T-A-Z. Capataz.
That's correct.
Plirum.
Could you repeat the word, please?
Plirum.
Plirum?
No. Plirum.
Plirum?
Just focus on the first syllable.
Plirum. Plirum? Plirum?
Plirum.
Plirum. Okay. Could you repeat it one more time?
Plirum.
Plirum. May I have language of origin, please?
This word comes from Latin to German.
May I have the definition, please?
It's the central core of a primary meristem of a plant or plant part.
Could you please use the word in a sentence?
The three principal tissues of the root of a plant is theorized to originate from the plirum and two other groups of initial cells.
May I have the part of speech, please?
This word is a noun.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have plirum.
Plirum?
Plirum.
Plirum. Plirum. Could you repeat the language of origin, please?
Comes from Latin to German.
Could you repeat the definition, please?
The central core of a primary meristem of a plant or plant part.
Could you repeat the word one more time?
Plirum.
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 Plirum. Plirum. Plirum. Plerum.
I'm sorry. The correct spelling is Plerom. Good job.
Thank you.
One second. Diallelus.
Diallelus, may I please have the definition?
Diallelus is a reasoning in a circle.
May I please have all the information?
Sure. Diallelus. This word is a noun from Greek. It's a reasoning in a circle. A diallelus, or wheel argument, occurs when knowledge is understood as a belief that cannot be doubted.
Diallelus, am I saying it correctly?
Diallelus.
Diallelus. D-I-A-L-L-E-L-U-S. Diallelus.
That's correct.
Gentison.
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 Gentison. May I have all the information?
Sure. Gentison is a noun. It comes from Latin to ISV. It's a yellow crystalline anthrozanthin pigment. The brewery's chemist used gentison to color the alcoholic beverages.
Gentison. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I just have gentison.
Gentison. Gentison.
Gentison.
Gentison. G-E-N-T-I-C-I-N. Gentison.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. The correct spelling is G-E-N-T-I-S-I-N. Good job.
So we have a champion, Abhijay Kodali. Abhijay Kodali is the champion of 2018. So Navneet is the runner-up, and Dhyana, you can come back on stage as well. So
good job, everyone.
Let's go.
Yes, can I have the sheets back? Thank you.
Good job, guys. Congratulations. Okay. Good stuff. Good job. Good job. Let's come. Good job. Job well done. Right. Good job, man. Finish it. Finish it, man. All right. Here are your top three for this year, 2018 Senior Spelling Bee. All right. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the award ceremony. Stay back for the meet the pros as well. All right. So it's always hard. As hard as it is to prepare as a participant, it's hard for us as well as organizers to prepare for the contest too. So it's never easy. Don't think anything's easy. Never, especially when it comes to spelling bee. Organizing a spelling bee is very, very difficult because you can find the hardness of stones. You can find categorize the hurricanes, all the storms, different categories, but there's no definition of hardness for spelling bee words. If anybody finds it, let me know, because there isn't one, right? Something that might be easy for me might be hard for you, and vice versa. Something that's easy for you might be hard for me. So there's never a perfect were. We've lived this for 15 years, so I'm just telling by experience. It's very hard. We try very, very hard. It takes months of preparation to get these lists going, but these kids did a wonderful job. Give them another round of applause. All right, so I think we're going to transition into, give us 5 minutes. We're going to transition into Meet the Pro session. So if you guys are sticking around, I think I see Gokul, I do see Balu. Balu is never going to get away with this thing ever. You're the first one, so you're not going to ever get away with it, right? It cannot change. Everybody else comes afterwards. So hopefully we'll have the right champions and we'll have an audience so we can go through and get these champions and talk to them if there is interest. So.
I don't know how to sleep. What do you do? Sleep and then go to cover. Yeah, base mode. Right, I made cover go to third button. I'm not used to sleep. I'm used to my Mac now. I don't know. Daddy to sleep part funky.
Great job. I enjoyed your experience. Let's keep you back at NSF. Yeah? Good work.
Daddy to sleep ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು ಒಂಚೂರು ಆಚೆ ವಾಕ್ ಆದರೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ ನನಗೆ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ
Obviously, that's the reason we put it. It's not a variant. Different. It's a different. It's not a variant. It's got a different pronunciation.
So it's
Kids are getting so good. We have to put words.
It's the best. I like this is the beat.
We always
This is the beat. I mean, everybody's talking. No, I'm not saying.
Simply we go with nice, easy
I'm
words.
not saying.
Nothing.
But I'm really proud of you. Thank you.
This is the way
Yeah, you did it. Yeah, that's a lot of improvement. Yes. Oh, thank you. You're working. Yeah. Yes, I will. Thank you.
How is everything going? You texted me about his room. Why did you send me a picture?
All right. So I think we're going to go ahead and get started. If you guys, audience, I know it's the Meet the Pro session timing right now, right? So let's go ahead and get started. The way I know you guys all want to talk to some of these guys, some of these champions. I mean, we got plenty of them. Right? I mean, abundance. And this is my best time of the day. But unfortunately, the audience is less. I know the reason, because there are so many other events going on, right? So the parents have gone, but it's a great opportunity to talk to all these champions from, you know, the most recent one from probably the very first one that we had as an Indian American. So we can take the experience, the breadth of experience, how it was before, how it has been now, what do they think, what have they been doing, how is the bee, whatever they prepare for the bee, is that going to be helpful for them, how are they taking advantage of all the preparation, you know, all of that we could ask them, not probably, we will. So we will pass the Ratna. Your job is going to be, if anybody has a question, please, everybody, audience, please be seated. Can we have everybody seated? We're going to finish this session in about 45 minutes, and then, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and get the introductions done and then get out of the way, because I don't want to be between you and the champions, okay? So I'm going to let them actually introduce themselves. We've got plenty of them. So we will start from this end and go that way, right? Kavya is going to join at some point. Let's go ahead and get started. I'll give you the hand it off the mic.
Hi everyone, I'm Vanya Shivashankar. I was the 2015 Scripps Spelling Bee co-champion.
My name is Gokul Venkatachalam, and I was also a 2015 co-champion.
Hi everyone, my name is Anamika Viramani. I was the 2010 Scripps National Spelling Bee champion, and then I went to college, and now I'm a first year in medical school.
Balu Natrajan, 1985 Scripps champion. I live in Chicago with my family who's in the front row.
I'm Karthik Namani, and I'm the 2018 Scripps National Spelling Bee champion.
I'm Nihar Jenga. I'm the 2016 Scripps National Spelling Bee co-champion with Jairam, who's not here.
I'm Ananya Vinay, and I'm the 2017 Scripps National Spelling Bee champion.
So there you go. We have anywhere from 1985 to 2018, and we have some more. Actually, today they're there, but they're working on some other events like the Intermediate Vocabulary Bee or Junior Vocabulary Bee. So here they are. Go ahead, and if you want to start asking questions, please go ahead, ask them. The point of this whole, this whole event is for all of the aspiring spellers to be able to get a taste of what they went through during their preparations and what they're doing right now. So if you guys don't have a question, I can always ask a question. But looks like there's somebody who wants to ask a question there.
Did all of you know every single word that you got in the spelling bee?
No.
No.
Mostly. Mostly.
Did all of us know every single word we got? So I think this holds true. I know this holds true for me. You all will let me know if it does. I think it does. I didn't. It took me 3 times, so no.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think a lot of it has to do with, the words that you get. You might know someone else's word. You might not know your word. That's definitely happened to me before. So there's a lot of words in the dictionary. It's hard to know all of that.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. And just to add on, I think as the years progressed, in the year that I won, that was the year where the amount of words that I knew was the greatest. So that's the first year I felt like I knew most of the words. And even then, there were a few that I didn't know.
And a big part of competing in the B is being able to be faced with a word that you don't know and asking the questions and finding how to spell the word even if you don't know it. So I think that's something we've all probably faced, and we've able to overcome that.
I think here.
I have, first of all, congrats to all the winners and everybody. I have two questions. Well, first thing is, how did you handle the pressure? Especially, how did your parents handle the pressure of that over the time when you went through all the levels? And the second question is, I know English doesn't follow all rules, basically for all spellings. So the same rule doesn't apply for all the spelling. Sometimes you see the same word spelled differently, but the same rule doesn't apply for the other word. How do you really go through that? And do you just memorize? Or how do you do that?
Let's address the first question first, and we'll come back around again for the second one. I think completely two different questions. So let's talk about the pressure, how you guys handled it first.
I handled the pressure, like I could handle the pressure because I had a lot of experience competing in Bs. Even though it was like the first time I had competed in the Scripps Nationals, like I had competed in NSF and South Asian spelling bees. And also I would just think about my word and not really think about the result, because that would just increase the pressure on you. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, like Karthik said, all I did is focus on the word, and I was only in 5th grade, so nothing really mattered to me. I was really young, and I wasn't even that scared, because why be scared? Because I had 3 more years even if I lost. And I had no pressure because my parents expected me to win in 8th grade. So I was just going, and then I won, and then I was happy, and then, yeah.
I just try to stay focused on my word like everyone else said, and try not to listen to anyone else's word. And if I didn't know their word, because that didn't matter, because I had to get my word right. And I just try to stay calm, focus on my word, think about nothing else, and when it was my turn, don't focus on being scared, focus on asking questions and figuring it out.
Give it to Kavya. Is that what you said?
Sure. I mean, I can address the second question. I think these guys did a great job of talking about pressure. But in terms of rules and exceptions to the rules, I think that in order to understand like a lot of the patterns, rules are very important. So whether you're looking at root words or language patterns, like in French or German, of course, like most of the words will follow certain patterns, like especially in German when you're seeing the sh sound as an SCH. And of course, there are always, going to be those few words that defy those rules. And I think that personally for me, those are the hardest words, because the words that follow the rules, even if you haven't seen them, sometimes you can easily like piece it together based on applying those rules. But there are the words which even if you like apply whatever you know about the rules to the word, if you haven't seen it, you're not going to get it. And so I think those are the tricky ones that you have to set aside and pay special attention to. And sometimes that does require that element of memorization to see what doesn't follow the norm. Of course, the rest of the words following the rules, you don't have to apply memorization to, but that small subset.
What am I supposed to say about parental pressure? Having it or applying it?
Both.
So I don't feel like I had a lot of parental pressure, really. So I think I probably put more pressure on myself than parents did. And I having observed all of these folks, I've had 3 decades to watch these various champions over the years, which has been fun. I think in most cases, the ones who actually wind up winning, they want it more badly than their parents do. It might start differently, and that's okay. I think that every parent, whether it's soccer or piano or spelling or geography, it's the responsibility of the parent to make sure that the child is getting started with something. But at some point, anyone who winds up being a champion, they have to take it on as something that they want for themselves. So the ones who win, they want it. And they want it so badly that hopefully in that moment, they're blocking out everything else. And if you really want to know, if you really want to observe some good people outside of spelling doing that, go back and look at some film of the World Cup soccer from this year and look at Mbappe, the 19-year-old, and how focused he was in the final. Again, versus a bunch of other people who were 10, 15 years older who were supposed to be champions who failed in that same stage over those few weeks period. He blocked everything else out. And it's the blocking out and wanting it that badly, but knowing in the moment to focus on your task at that moment, those are the ones who succeed. As a parent, there's a lot of pressure on the parent because you have absolutely no control whatsoever, and you just hope that your child has a great time up there, and if it doesn't work out, that they recognize that they worked incredibly hard, and that we're proud of them no matter what. So I find it more difficult to watch my boys in the school spelling bee than me when I had to actually stand on the national stage myself. And one day these guys will recognize what that's like.
Yeah, just so that you guys know, Balu's son was participating today in the third phase, and he was also at the Scripps National Spelling Bee this year. He participated as well. So he's the only one who's had both, he's experienced both as a participant as also a parent over there on the stage.
Yeah, so I think everyone has made some really great points. Maybe something else I could offer is, as time has gone on, I've learned to see the spelling bee as not like necessarily like a competition in which there is a defined end, but as an opportunity to learn a lot of things that'll help you as you get older. And I think, you know, operating under pressure is just one of those things. I know that when you're, 12, 13 years old and you're in something like the National Spelling Bee, it seems like this is it, like this is my make or break moment. It really isn't. Like there will be so many other things that happen in your life that are significant, and this is not like your one shot at getting everything. But instead, I think if you see it as a way to cultivate all of those things, like cultivate, what is your framework for operating under pressure? How do you deal with that? How do you, when faced with something that on the outset seems really, really difficult, like learning all these words, learning all these definitions, learning all these languages, how do you handle that? How do you compose yourself on stage in front of a lot of people? How do you do all of those things? It's kind of life's kind of like an iterative process, right? You keep going, you keep learning, you keep remodeling what you're doing. And I think the spelling bee was a really incredible opportunity for me, at least, to start along that path. And as everyone else said, I think you just take it one step at a time. You take it one word at a time, and maybe don't have this goal of, I want to win the National Spelling Bee. Maybe a more kind of bite-sized goal is, I just want to get this next word right, or I want to be able to understand whatever it is that I'm learning. I think that was helpful for me in handling pressure. That being said, when you're in front of the microphone and you're on stage, everything's kind of like coming to a head. And I think just being able to maybe developing some kind of meditative practice or doing something like that might help you in the moment. But again, it's not the end of everything if something goes as you wouldn't have liked it to go. It's just kind of another opportunity to learn and get better and become a person that you want to be. So.
I can speak a little bit about the parental pressure part because I felt that some degree of parental pressure was vital in helping me win. When I was in middle school, I was pretty fickle. Most middle schoolers are kind of incapable of thinking very big picture. Not all of them, but a lot of them, you go to school and then something bad happens. The rest of the day, your mood is ruined, and you don't really think about what you're actually doing. You don't think about what your long-term picture goal is. So when I was dealing with that situation, especially going into 6th grade where I was adapting to a new school while also trying to study for the spelling bee, I think parental pressure really helped because it helped me understand, wait, why am I doing this again? Is this useful? What's my end goal? And knowing those kind of things really was vital. And without parental pressure, without my parents actively being involved, being empathetic, and focusing on my mental health as well as my spelling prowess, I guess, that without that I wouldn't have been able to win.
My name is Shreya Bhatt, and is there any special technique you use to help you get really good at spelling?
Well, there aren't really any special techniques, but one thing you can do is divide words by language of origin, so you can understand each language's rules, that you know if you hear a word, oh, it's Spanish, and then you can spell it using the Spanish rules, and if it doesn't follow the rules, you can memorize it. But there isn't really any special magic technique or anything other than that.
Well, when I was in the spelling bee, I got Quillon, which I didn't know, and so I used like French technique, so I knew key had to be like Q-U-I, and then the yo sound is like kind of like Spanish, so L-L, and then the N is usually silent when it's at the end, so O-N. So like I just built off words like that based on language rules or roots in the language. Yeah.
A special technique, like for preparation or just like in the bee? Okay, so for preparation, I just type words, but whichever works best for you, you could write or type. Whichever works best for you, that's probably the way to go. And like in the bee, if I got like a word I didn't know, I try to piece it together using the origin. Like the word shamir, I did not know, so I used the fact that it was Hebrew, and the alternate pronunciations, like the word was shamir or shamir. So I knew the sh sound would be sh, and then the a, and then the m obviously, and then the ir. So that's how I pieced it together. And also I got the word passus, which I wasn't that confident on. So I just thought of passage and also the US ending in Latin.
So I think you see like the similar like theme here is that a lot of us relied on language patterns and root words to piece together words we don't know, but something I do want to note is that in the end, like we did have different study techniques. So I think every kid is different, everyone is different, we all have different learning methods that work the best for us, so sometimes it's kind of trying different things and seeing which one works best for you personally and going from there.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with Kavya. Sorry, does someone want to?
Good.
I could offer up what I did. So I am awful at memorizing things. It's a real problem in medical school. But for the spelling bee, the way I got around that was I read a lot. And I know a lot of you are bookworms. You probably describe yourself as such. But I think reading a lot, especially books that have a lot of really good words in them. I know J.K. Rowling does an incredible job of this. All of the Harry Potter series, I pretty much had it memorized by the time I was at the B. And then I know, Dickens, like all of that, all of the classics, you just keep reading. And again, I think one of the things about the spelling bee is to consider it not in isolation, but consider it as like a part of your greater life. So maybe memorizing all of the words is gonna get you to winning the spelling bee, but like we have spell check now and you can Google everything. So is that really gonna help other areas of your life? I think that maybe learning language patterns like everyone else has said, or even learning some languages if that's interesting to you, or reading a lot, or doing things that not only enrich your, I don't wanna say spelling career, but your, what you're doing in spelling, but also other parts of your life, I think is very valuable and also will help you out later on. Like I'm 22 right now and I still have I use a lot of the things that I learned when I was studying for the spelling bee.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, because we've got several more questions coming up, we're going to pick up. Is that okay? So we're going to, spread out so that way if you've answered a previous question, you pick up the next question and we'll move on. So 2 of you answer 1 question, right? That way we get 2 perspectives. Go ahead.
Thank you for coming and sharing your experiences. The question is, when you are preparing, were you preparing on a daily basis throughout the year? And also, was this the primary activity you were focusing on apart from other things, sports and other school subjects and all those things?
Well, for me, it was definitely the primary activity I was focusing on. I do like 1 hour in the morning when I woke up, and then maybe 1 more hour after school, and then a little more on weekends. But it was definitely the primary activity I was doing. I do sports, but I just try on them, attend practice, attend games, but that was it. I didn't take them all that seriously. But it was the main focus, and I definitely tried to make it that way.
Somebody else, I think Kavi went last, but somebody else answer that question.
Just like about preparation, a lot of people ask like how many hours a day do you spend studying? I think that's up to, again, each kid is different, how they want to study. And so again, set your priorities, like you said. If spelling is what you want to focus on, that's great. Always like, yeah, so that's, okay, good.
All right, we have another question coming. So next couple of people get ready. So we can, unless the question is directed to a specific person, we'll spread it out. All right, go ahead.
Did you participate in other Scripps National Spelling Bees, like before you won?
Yeah, that's a good question. Before I won, the year that I won, it was actually my 4th year competing, so before that, I had been to the finals, I had gotten knocked out of the semifinals, and I'd gone through the written test process several times. So, yeah, participating before really helps, but I think there are people on the stage who have only been here once, who have only been there once, and we're just fine.
We have a question from the other side first.
Okay, well, I didn't go to any bees before, because I had to go through the Houston bee, which is like one of the hardest regional bees. And so when I won Houston, I went to nationals the first time, and I was like, is it actually going to be harder than the Houston bee? And it was, because I got words I didn't know. But it was like really weird, because I didn't know what was going on, and I was just following what my parents said. And like everybody I knew already went there, and I didn't, and they were all telling me what to do, but I didn't understand anything. Like they were like, go jump into the foam pit, and I'm like, what foam pit? And then, so yeah, and then Paige Kimball, the director of the spelling bee, she was like, everybody else came here like 4, 3, 2 times, but you're just coming and leaving the family, so. Yeah.
So when you went to the nationals, were you confident of yourselves when you went, or did you think, oh, there might be a few words that I don't know and I might get out on one of them, or were you like super confident, like I can handle any word, or anything in between?
I mean, I think like I had confidence that I could do well, but I never really thought about winning. I just thought about my word, like, and not any like round after the next round I was gonna get. Like in round 6, if we were doing round 6, I would just think about my round 6 word. Round 9, I just think about my round 9 word. So I didn't want to think about anything else because it would be a distraction and it would increase pressure, which could possibly lead to me missing the word. So just stay calm, just think about your word. That's probably the advice I'd give.
Yeah, in terms of confidence, I think the year that I won, I was more confident in the beginning, especially after the first written test because I did well on it. But one thing that actually shook up my confidence a lot was at that point there was a semifinals test and it was really hard. And it was especially hard for me because I struggled with the vocab section. And it got to a point where I wasn't even sure if I was going to make finals. So that night, it was a really long night. I couldn't really sleep that well. And even after I knew that I was going to make the finals, I was still kind of unconfident about how the finals were going to go. But at least after a few words into the finals, I regained most of my confidence, and I think it was a good balance between being a little overconfident in the beginning and being completely unconfident in myself. So confidence is kind of important. You want to be confident in yourself so that you don't second guess yourself and so you don't undermine all the hard work you've put in.
Why did you choose spelling bee over everything else?
For me, it was my friends were doing it, so I just did the spelling bee. I had friends who were a couple years older than me, and they were participating in the local competitions. When someone asked about was spelling your main thing, my main thing was actually science. I did a lot of science fairs and research because I was lucky enough to be in an area where there are a lot of kind of medical centers and colleges as well. So I was really interested in science. But I think there at least when I was coming up, there wasn't as much of a science Olympiad presence as there is, I think, now. So spelling for me was fun. My friends were doing it, and then I think you can just get so much out of it. So I think a lot of people think on the outset, oh, you're just learning spelling, you're learning how to spell all these words. What is the use in that? We have spell check, we have Grammarly and all these other apps. But again, I learned so much in terms of languages, and if you were here during the senior spelling bee, you saw that there were a lot of international scientific vocabulary words in the spelling words. And now that I'm in medical school, I'm coming across all these words and all these root patterns that I learned when I was in middle school, and so it was very, very valuable, but I didn't see how valuable it was until, but I think when you're starting out and you're trying to decide maybe between, oh, do I want to focus my efforts on spelling or math or math counts or whatever, geography, I think just do what you think is fun, because all of those things you can get so much out of. So, but yeah, that was my motivation.
Yeah, for me, it was just because my mom enrolled me in 2nd grade, and I just decided to try it out, and I liked it, and I kept on doing it. But after I won, I decided to try out science and math, because why not? And then, so I tried out Science Bowl in 7th grade, and I ended up making it to the nationals, and spelling really helped then, because I already knew all the terms and everything, so I just had to learn more in depth about it, and I could break words apart to roots when no one else in my team could. And they were like, how do you know that? And I could say just the roots, and they were like, oh, okay, sure. So it really helped, especially in my regionals. And I can say that spelling, it gives you a huge advantage because you have a lot of knowledge about the world, and especially in science and math.
So, what was the hardest language of origin for you guys?
Probably Irish Gaelic because it's you pretty much have to memorize it. There's rules, but it's a really small language, but the words are really weird. Irish and Scottish Gaelic, there's this word called pibroch, and its regular spelling is Pibroch, but its variant spelling is Piobaireachd, which just shows that it's just weird and doesn't really follow many patterns.
For me, it was Yiddish. 1983 went out on a Yiddish word, 1984 went out on a Yiddish word, and so my family and I studied a lot of Yiddish the next year.
For me, it was Middle English because there were just so many ways to spell a sound you could never tell, even if you were trying to be phonetic. So I tried to study Middle English to pick up on like how to pick up the patterns.
Do you guys have any tips for preparing for vocab part in the nationals? I mean, is it a good strategy to go through the meanings of each and every word? I mean, is it worth the time? Or, yeah, if you guys have any tips for that.
Well, how I prepared for vocab first I studied for spelling, and then when I realized there was vocab in the nationals, I revised all the words again, and every single word I went through, I searched it up on the dictionary and looked at the vocab. And if you know roots, like really complex roots too, they help also, because you see the same roots in different words with the same origin, and you can use that.
I would say about 80% of the script's vocabulary, especially in the preliminary test, are generally words that are worth knowing. So you can generally discern that just by looking and going through all the words you've studied. And there are a lot of medical words and root-based words that they ask that you might seem, who really cares if you know what a neuroblastoma is? And sure, you don't need to know what a neuroblastoma is, but it's really easy to figure out based on roots. So there are those kind of words, and then there are just generally good words to know, words you would want to use in an English essay to impress people, words like that. So those kind of words, and then those root words are 80%. And then there are those really weird words that Scripps kind of needs to ask to make it competitive, because there's so many smart kids there. So those kind of words are words I would study last as you head towards 8th grade or as you kind of master the basics. So the baseline is the 80%. Focus on roots, focus on words that you'd see in an SAT or an English essay.
All right, so here's where we are. I know there's a couple more questions there. I don't know if there are. But I just have to tell you, I do have the list of finalists for Junior Spelling Bee. I'm going to announce we have 14 of them. I'm going to announce it, but let's get through a couple more questions. And of course, we need to thank all the champions for spending the time. So let's go through that and wrap it up.
I have a question for Gokul. So when you got third at the National Spelling Bee, how did you react to it, and how did you motivate yourself to come back?
Yeah, that's a good question. Honestly, I wasn't that disappointed when I got third because I wasn't even expecting to get that far that year. Afterwards, I was a little disappointed because I knew all of the words that came after, so I thought it would have been pretty cool to have 3 champions, but that didn't happen. But overall, it gave me a lot of motivation because it gave me the confidence that I could make it that far. The year before, I hadn't gone as far as I'd hoped. I got knocked out in the semifinals for the 2nd year in a row, so that kind of destroyed my confidence. So the year after, I spent all my time studying, and after I got third, it only helped me realize that, yeah, I can truly do this if I just keep studying and if I iron out a few areas that I'm not that strong in. So it really helped me, actually.
Yeah, come on, Gokul, be honest. LeBron called you. He said, you got to do better.
I just want to point out, how many people know who Paige Kimball is? Okay, what year did she win the National Spelling Bee? 1981. What did she do in 1980? Came second in the National Spelling Bee too. Jacques Bailey, who you all see on TV pronouncing the words, okay? So I think her motivation is pretty impressive, and she then went and hired the guy who beat her to, be the pronouncer. Now she's his boss, exactly. So it's, everyone uses various things as motivators, and it's pretty exciting to kind of see the history and legacy of the spelling bee and what that's done. Because that #1 and #2 from 1980, look at what they're doing now. It's a worldwide phenomenon with the 2 of them leading it, which is just really, to me, that's really cool.
Yep. Any other questions?
Spellers say that their parents or other people quizzed them. So who quizzed you, and how did that help you?
My mom. That's what I said after I won nationals. Yeah, she quizzed me like every day, and I thought it was really nice of her to take her time off instead of spending time with her friends at like parties and stuff. She would stay. She would stay home and ask me like a bunch of words. And one day I asked her like I really wanted to ask her. So I asked her, "Why are you doing this for me?" And she said like, "It's gonna really help you in the future." And she's like, "Anything I do is for you, it's not for me." So.
Congratulations to all of you on your great achievement, and it's amazing to see so many celebrities together. Just a quick question. What has been your favorite or rather useful resource during your preparation for the bee?
I have to say, I think my favorite resources were the ones that I came up with. I think that it's hard to start from scratch and to kind of create your own lists, like based on like language or root words. But that really lays like such a huge foundation. And I think that going back and revisiting those lists and seeing like which ones that I made when I first started spelling versus the ones that I was making, you know, in my later years, it really shows a progression of thinking. And I don't know, that hard work that you put in early on really pays off, and so those were my favorite resources.
Yeah, I agree. The ones that you make on your own are the best because, for example, I'm making my own lists in science, and really making them and putting all that information in it helps you remember it better because you're making it and you're consolidating the knowledge in your brain by copy pasting and typing in all that information, so you remember it better later because you know that I made it. And now you can always go back and review it because you know what you had trouble remembering later because that's what you put in.
Okay. Dr. Chituri, you have a question? Okay. Sure. We're going to wrap up, if we can. Yeah. We're going to get a couple of guests here for a photo. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate it. Every year you guys come in. I know, Balu, I never let you go, make you come and sit, but it's really important to share your experiences. We need to inspire the younger next generation and the next generation. So appreciate all you guys. I know it might be feeling like mundane. You might have answered the same questions every year, but it's good for some of the folks, newer folks who are new to spelling. So appreciate all the time. And thank you guys. Again, congratulations. Hang in there. We're going to have a couple of pictures taken as well. Please.
Oh, can I ask one other question? Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. No, you can ask a question while they come on.
I think like I see like a lot of spellers typically are more interested in the medicine field. Is it because you study a lot of medical terms that are naturally inclined to go into the medicine field, or like like a lot of the spelling champions I have seen, like most of them like go into the medicine field. Is it because like a lot of words are related to the medical medicine side, or is it like any other areas that they can use the same knowledge?
I mean, for me, I love surgery. I wanted to be a surgeon. And that's kind of like aside from all of the spelling bee stuff. Yeah, I think especially medicine now, like with all, I don't know how much you know about the field or if you are in medicine, I think you have to really, really love it to go into it. You have to not want to do anything else in your entire life. You have to want it more than anything else. So I think maybe just if you studied a bunch of words that were involved in medicine, that might not be like the primary reason you go into medicine later on, but I think that it might be like your introduction to a specific field. I'm from Cleveland, so the Cleveland Clinic is like looming in the skyline, and pretty much everyone knows about medicine and the way healthcare is delivered as part of being, from that city. So that was my introduction to medicine, and no one else in my family is a doctor, but I think it was just like I kind of knew I knew I was kind of interested in medicine, and then it was affirming to learn all these words through spelling and be like, oh, that's really cool. Like, for example, my winning word was Stromier, and it's a medical device. So that was really, nice and cool. But I think that, it's really interesting to learn words that are tied to the medical field, and maybe that piques your interest. But I think like shadowing and doing more kind of directly medicine-related things are what get you into medicine and, applying to med school, into med school, doing residency, practicing.
Okay, thank you.
Right. So while they caucus on the stage, I'll have to call out the 14 names that have qualified for the junior spelling bee. Yeah, please go ahead. So I don't know if they are here, all the junior spelling bee parents. They might be in another one, another event, but I'm going to call it out, but we'll call again. So 14 kids. So JSB 001, Karthik. JSB 005, Vedanti. 008, Akash. 11, Achyut. 12, Grisham. 17, Chaitra. 19, Dhruv. 20, Jayant. 24, Sudarshan. 57, Vikrant. 74, Vikram Raju. 93, Vikram Gowder. 110, Akhil Joyce. And 143, Advait. All right. High five with dad.